Princess Peach has been captured so much that her castle should offer Bowser a loyalty card. Thank you. So there are bound to be some that are completely stupid. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the times she was taken away and rank them by how dumb they are. So let's start where it first began. Her first time being kidnapped wasn't in Super Mario Bros. Like most of us expect. And you might also be thinking it's the first arcade game Mario was in, but no, that was Pauline, not Peach. I'm talking about Yoshi's Island DS in baby form. On the Peach timeline, this is the start of the impending trauma of Peach getting kidnapped as a baby. The game starts with Kamix zooming around the skies and snatching up every baby in search for the Star Children. Surprisingly good lower side. This Peach kidnapping wasn't too difficult, so it didn't require too much planning. The Kamek just picked them up in the dead of night, but again, they are babies. And while people say it's easy to steal candy from a baby, it's also probably pretty easy to just take the baby. But please don't steal babies. So I have to put this in room temperature IQ. But hold it right there, Buster. This isn't the only time baby Peach was kidnapped in this game. She also gets taken by a monkey. She really does have the worst luck. But listen, monkeys are pretty dumb, and we can't blame them for that, so we'll just toss it in the silly pants category. She was also stolen in Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. The game starts in the past with baby Mario and baby Luigi at baby Peach's castle. When they walk into baby Peach's room, Toads are sleeping, and baby Bowser is about to take Princess Peach. Now, technically, this was a pretty dumb decision and not well thought out, but to be fair, this would be considered Bowser's first kidnapping attempt. So the poor baby boy was still learning. But technically, I can't rank this one because he failed, as baby Mario beat him up, so it doesn't count. After baby Bowser's lying there senseless, the castle starts to shake, and these things called shroobs take over the castle. And it just so happens that at the very same time, it's shown that the present Peach just so happens to time travel into the past using EGAD's time machine. I know this is kind of all over the place, but stick with me here. When Peach uses the time machine, she never returns. She ended up getting kidnapped by the shroobs in the past and turned into some shroob monster thingy. The shroobs must have planned this pretty far in advance because they even had a holding cell ready. It was also perfectly timed because Mario and Luigi weren't in that timeline, and nobody in the past timeline knew that the present Peach would be there. So honestly, very smart. This is going into the big brain tier. I guess this is a good time to mention that Bowser isn't the only one thirsty for Princess Peach, as Princess Peach gets captured by many things, not just Bowser. Now at the grown-up Peach timeline, looking at the first Super Mario Bros. Game, at first glance, you might think it's a pretty basic story where Bowser already has Peach, and boom, you call it a day. But there is a story. If you look at the game's manual, it shows us that a tribe of turtles famous for their black magic invaded the Mushroom Kingdom and turned all the mushroom people into stones, bricks, and even field horsehair plants. Whatever those are. This is what they are. I'm really glad they gave us that extra detail. The only person who can save the mushroom people is Princess Toadstool using her magic, but she's in the hands of the Koopa King, and that's all. So it just seems like Bowser came in guns a-blazing and took her. There's not much detail, so I'm gonna put this in room temperature IQ. Next, Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. This is very similar to the first game, except here, he takes Peach to a different world. So it's a little more thought out, I guess, but still room temperature IQ. Super Mario Bros. 2 is all a dream and doesn't exist, technically. But this reminds me, if Princess Peach wasn't stolen in a game, I just will not talk about it. I also won't be mentioning anytime she's kidnapped in movies or TV shows, because this list would be too long. We're just sticking with games today. We also have Super Mario Game & Watch. Not the newly released one, no, the classic original Game & Watch based on the Super Mario Bros. Games. This released in 1988. Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing how or why she was kidnapped, so I'm gonna put this in the I don't know tier. Super Mario Bros. 3. Alright, we're starting to see some Bowser brain juices flowing because this one I think was pretty well thought out. The way this game plays out is Princess Peach asks Mario and Luigi to save the kings that were transformed by the Koopalings and collect wands to do so. But while Mario and Luigi are on their quest, Bowser uses that time when the brothers are distracted to take Princess Peach. Now that's actually pretty smart, but Bowser loses some IQ points by directly mailing a letter to them and telling them that not only did he kidnap her, but where she is. He also started the message with yo. So not super genius, but smart. Super Mario World. Oh, also, this one never really specifies how she was taken here, but I will say, it's kinda sus that she was in that cart, not tied up or anything. Did she want to get taken? Is this what's going on? I don't know. Next is Super Mario RPG. The game opens with Princess Peach casually picking flowers in front of Mario's house for some reason. Why was she not at her castle? Anyways, the sky goes dark and Bowser swoops in like it's his second sample at Costco. This happens in both the original and remake, and unfortunately the remake doesn't give us any more details on how this flyby kidnapping happens. After the kidnapping, he brought her to his castle and tied her to this ceiling, which is definitely a better plan, but not that creative. And he continued continues to lose IQ points because why would he do it right in front of Mario's house? Amateur! Seriously. Maybe don't cause thunder and lightning, which was probably why Mario came out in the first place. This one goes into Smooth Brain. That's not all in Mario RPG, as she is kidnapped one more time by the character Booster. Although this time, it wasn't planned at all. When the main antagonist Xer sliced the kingdom in half, everyone was thrown away, landing in different locations. Peach just so happened to land at the top of Booster's tower. Because of this Sky Lady, Booster decides, I'm gonna marry this one. Locks her on a balcony and prepares a wedding. Not well thought out, but does end in a kiss. Booster's actually a dummy head though, and just got lucky with this one. This is going into the silly pants tier. Next, the first 3D criminal action. This takes place when Bowser kidnaps her in Super Mario 64. This one is kind of confusing because we never actually see Bowser holding Peach captive. Instead, we only see her in a painting, and when we save her, she fades out of the castle and floats down. The game starts with Mario being invited for cake. When he arrives, he learns everyone is being held captive. At least that's what the Toads tell me when they're just walking around completely fine. Did Bowser just tell them that they are captured and they're just really submissive? Who knows? But it's kind of a big brain move to not only trick all the Toads into thinking they're captive, but also trap Peach in a painting. How are you supposed to save someone from a painting, aside from jumping into it? I was looking for a painting to jump into, but I don't have one. This is going in big brain. Following the success of Super Mario RPG, we got Paper Mario. In the first entry, Bowser does something unique. Instead of nabbing just Peach, he steals the entire castle with her inside. While this is a pretty smart idea, it just so happens that Mario is also inside. He must not have looked at the schedule, or who knows? What are the chances that Mario's inside? Like seriously, you couldn't have just waited until he was gone? But I will give Bowser some credit. He was prepared for it. He had star power and was able to defeat Mario and just throw him off. While he's eventually defeated, it was quite the play. That's a big brain right there. Next, Super Mario Sunshine. Okay, this has to be one of the oddest kidnappings in the series. Less about how, but more about why. After landing at Delfino Plaza, a strange dark Mario figure comes out and steals Princess Peach. Not once, but twice. This dark figure is none other than Bowser Jr. tricking people into thinking he's regular Mario by transforming himself using his paintbrush, and even tricks Islanders into putting Mario in jail because of this. So, very smart. Frame Mario for the mishaps so he can't help while also disguising himself. It doesn't help that Peach is screaming through the plaza and Mario's chasing her. It's the thought that counts. But I gotta bring up the motive because it's hilariously sad. The reason Bowser Jr. is kidnapping Peach is because Bowser told him she was his biological mother. Like, bruh, what even is this? Also, why can Bowser speak fluent English now without subtitles? This has to be one of the weirdest ones, but honestly, Bowser Jr. is 1,000 plus IQ. This is the smartest play we've seen so far. Wanna know who else has 1,000 plus IQ? You do, by subscribing. Join the club. We'd love to have you. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. In this game, the people from the Bean Bean Kingdom come to Peach's castle to improve ties with the Mushroom Kingdom. Fair enough. I get kingdoms gotta share the wealth. The visitors bring a gift from the Queen Bean and she's sprayed by some knockout gas and gets taken away. Honestly, kinda smart, but not very creative, so this goes into the smart category. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. In this game, Peach is in a village when a salesperson calls her. They ask if she wants a chest that contains a map of some treasure. She opens it, and that's it. Pretty lame as far as kidnapping goes, but it was in a secluded place away from Mario, so that's bonus points. It was smart. Mario Pinball Land. How could we possibly forget about Mario Pinball? Well, I did. I completely forgot about it. And also the fact that Peach gets kidnapped in this game. This is another one of the dumbest kidnappings in the series. Just look, there's this machine that turns you into pinballs. Pretty much, a Toad shoots himself at a target as a pinball, of course, and tells Peach to do it as well. Peach goes into the pinball machine, and wouldn't you know it, two Goombas walk over and move the direction of the cannon and shoot her into Bowser's castle. That's how she gets kidnapped. Oh my goodness. This is just ridiculous. I mean, the concept in general is just stupid. Would being pressed into a ball not kill you? And Mario was literally standing right there. Why didn't he help? This is incredibly smooth-brained. New Super Mario Bros. This game was pretty impressive how they stole Peach. Mario and Princess Peach are having a walk together one day when Peach's castle gets hit by some spooky lightning. When Mario goes to investigate, Bowser Jr. sneaks up to Peach and drags her away. Oh my, Bowser Jr. knows how it's done, clearly. Causing a distraction to get Mario away and then stealing Peach, and better yet, not leaving a trace or a note behind. 1,000 plus IQ alert. Technically, Peach was also kidnapped in Mario Party DS in a big cage by Bowser. But to be fair, literally everyone in the game also gets kidnapped by Bowser. Room temperature IQ for everyone, I guess. Super Paper Mario. In Super Paper Mario, we get another kidnapping that isn't performed by a Koopa. Instead, it's from the character Count Black, who pretty much just sucks them away. This is room temperature for sure. Super Mario Galaxy. In this game, there's a Star Festival, which Peach lovingly invites Mario to. But when Mario shows up, Bowser's there in the middle of capturing Peach with his airship and starts turning Toads into crystals too, to stop them from saving her. And just like the first Paper Mario game, he uses his airship to grab the entire castle and take her away. For Bowser, this was pretty well thought out, and I gotta put it in the big brain category. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Okay, if you're like me, you might remember Peach getting kidnapped once, but she actually gets kidnapped in this game 3 separate times. In the story mode Subspace Emissary, she's at an arena watching Kirby and Mario fight for some reason. After they fight, magical purple goop stuff comes down and attacks. There was also a bomb that was activated by Robs. After the bomb is activated, Mario runs towards it to stop it somehow, and while he's trying to stop the bomb, he gets blasted away with a cannon. After the cannon smokes Mario, Kirby, the word guy he is, looks over at him. While Kirby is wondering where Mario is, Zelda and Peach are captured by Petey Piranha. Honestly, that was a fantastic play, very 1000 plus IQ right there. But of course, that's not the last time Peach was taken away in this game. If Kirby is able to break Peach out of the cage, she then continues the adventure with him. As they are walking down a path, Kirby randomly runs away and Bowser magically appears behind her and hits her with this trophy ray. This is room temperature IQ for sure. And for the third time, when Bowser has the Peach trophy, Mario tried to snatch it away from him. Bowser then pretends, or might have actually, falls off the cliff. But he's saved by his Koopa clown cart, implying that he was ready with his clown cart to flee the scene if need be. Not the best exit plan, but at least he was prepared. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This has to be one of the dumbest, if not the dumbest ways to capture Princess Peach. On Princess Peach's birthday, there is a massive cake. Turns out, it's the Koopalings inside the cake. And they all jump out, throws the cake on top of her, which traps her, and then they jump into the airship and scurry off. This is so dumb. Almost dumber than pinball. First of all, who came up with this? They couldn't have come up with anything else? Maybe like a present? Or like a new car or something? They chose a cake to stuff Peach inside of, which would not only suffocate her, but be extremely messy. Also, we can see all your hair, you dum-dums. This is actually so stupid and easily goes into the smooth brain tier. Super Mario Galaxy 2. All right, this one is just like the first game. A Star Festival happens and Bowser comes as a big boy this time and grabs her with his bare hands. While the kidnapping was successful, I felt like the first one was a little bit better. But this goes into room temperature. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's inside story. This has to be the most Japanese kidnapping I've seen. Pretty much the story goes, there's a disease going around. Bowser tries to invade Peach's castle and gets defeated by Mario, and he's sent flying into the forest where he then eats a blurb mushroom, which was given to him by a secret evil scientist. This mushroom gives Bowser the power to suck in things, Kirby style. So naturally, he sucks in Mario, Luigi, Starlo, some Toads, and of course, Princess Peach. Like I said, Japanese. This specific kidnapping was once again not really planned and just incredibly dumb. But not purposefully dumb, so it goes into the silly pants tier. She was also taken later in the game by these blobs, and we're not even done with this game yet. The character Fateful also eventually removes Peach from Bowser and then takes her as well. This is all silly pants criminalism. Super Mario 3D Land. Another day, another kidnapping attempt. This time Bowser is trying to get all the leaves to give to his minions, and of course somehow nabs Peach while he's at it. There's not too much information about how he performed this sly capture, but I have to decrease his IQ points a bit because not only did he send a postcard to Mario showing that he captured her, but later on, a postcard shows that Peach was actually able to escape and fend against some enemies. She does get recaptured, but I'm gonna have to give it room temperature IQ because they were at least able to secure her when she tried to dip. New Super Mario Bros. 2. The game starts with Mario and Luigi using their new suits to start collecting coins. The Koopalings then blast them and show that they just swooped up Peach in the meantime and are fleeing the scene. I have to give them some credit because when they revealed themselves, they slammed their clown cart onto Mario and Luigi, making them lose their powers to prevent them from following. Smart. Paper Mario Sticker Star. So technically, Bowser never steals Peach in this game. Instead, a piece of star lands on his head and everything is obliterated. She is technically captured, but I don't think it was planned. Silly pants. New Super Mario Bros. U. Alright, this one's a lot better than the past New Super Mario Bros. Game on Wii. And it's better because it doesn't involve as much cake. There's still a little bit of cake, but not as much. This plays a little better with Bowser coming to the castle in his airship and reaching in with his massive hand and throwing away the heroes first before snatching the princess. See, that's better. It's kind of lame in the grand scope of things. It could have been way more creative. Now, if there's one thing I tell Bowser to do is to not shoot the castle in advance. This would warn the people at the Mushroom Kingdom. Obviously, it didn't matter that much, but but this one's still smart. Like everyone in my Discord. Please join my Discord, link in description. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. In this game, Luigi kidnaps Peach. Who could have seen that coming? When Luigi is sleeping, he opens this dream void vortex thing. When Peach goes up to him, she gets sucked right in. As far as kidnappings go, this seems to be Peach's carelessness, and it's not super interesting. So this is a room temperature IQ. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. With the two Mario universes being together and the paper duo for each character, this means two Bowsers as well. Both Bowsers join forces and simply take the princesses. This isn't that interesting except for the fact they waited until Mario Bros were gone. Room temperature IQ. Paper Mario Color Splash. In this game, Bowser gets the power of black paint and steals Princess Peach by tying her to some tape. We don't know the logistics. This one is also room temperature. Super Mario Run. All right, dummy alert. So in this game, it's the classic, Mario, come to the castle. We have some cake. So Mr. Spaghetti himself is walking over when Bowser flies over top of him and tells him the crime he's about to commit. It's like robbing a bank, but before you get there, you call 911 yourself. Even though Mario didn't get there in time, if Mario was a clever guy, he could have called for help. This is just a silly one and goes into smooth brain. In the challenge mode in Super Mario Maker for Wii U, it shows two Goombas kidnapping Peach, and that's literally it. No planning, no big device to get her, just two Goombas holding her. That's all. Was it really this easy the entire time? Two Goombas of all things. Was there no point to any of the other kidnapping? This is just dumb because it makes absolutely no sense at all. Smooth brain. Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, so this one's kind of interesting because there's no indication on how Bowser actually got Peach. It starts on the airship while Bowser and Mario are yelling at each other. Bowser played this one well because he was ready for a fight and sent Mario flying, successfully stealing Peach. That's a big brain. But I do want to touch on something here. At the end of the game, Mario and Bowser are both begging for Peach's love, and she just walks away. Could she have done this the whole time? And why is Bowser just fine with letting her go? I think this is just Nintendo moving on from the typical damsel in distress that we see in a lot of mainline Mario games. So it'll be interesting to see where this newfound princess energy will come to play in the next game. Oh, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Technically, she gets kidnapped in this game from Galeem when everyone is getting plowed by these beams. But I don't know, room temperature, what are you gonna do? If Pit can't do it, Sonic can't run fast enough, how could Peach? Luigi's Mansion 3. So this is another one that you don't actually see what happens, but pretty much King Boo lures the gang to a big spooky mansion that's haunted, and wowie zowie, everyone but Luigi gets stolen. One interesting detail is that we see Peach's umbrella on the floor all bent, which implies she tried to fight her way out of this one, but must have been forcefully taken away. And it was in the middle of the night, which means that not only were they lured there, but they were also planned to be taken at a certain time, so that's even more effort put into it. Very thoughtful, and honestly, big brain. In Mario Maker 2, surprisingly, there is a Peach kidnapping, but not what you might expect. Instead of the story showing it, it's actually in a opening load screen. The Koopalings just zooming past her, grabbing her. This is just weird and kind of silly, especially since it was right in front of Mario and Yoshi. That's definitely a silly pants move. Paper Mario Origami King. Once again, Peach is never shown as kidnapped, but just overcome. When Mario shows up at her castle, she has become origami. So her brain is kidnapped. I don't know, tier. And that brings us up to 40 separate times Princess Peach was kidnapped. If you want to see the horrific rise and fall of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series, click this right here and consider becoming a channel member for some exclusive content. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.